Hi, it's Sue. Welcome back to my channel today where I am working on Junk Journal January. Okay, so today's prompt is torn edges. And I haven't marked off eclectic, so we'll do that. Right, torn edges. So this is the page I'm working on. That was yesterday's page. So what I've got is a lot of torn pieces here, not that. Okay, I've got some of my gel prints, nicely torn. I've got some book page, torn. And these two pieces are two of my waxed tissue paper pieces. This is I've got a video of this, how I did this, I'm pretty sure. If I can find it, I'll link it below. But that's quite an easy project and it's nice, it's a bit different. All right, so what I want to do is make a double pocket for this page. All right, so it will sit like that. That will be one pocket, this will be the second pocket. And this piece, which is too flimsy really to be an actual pocket on its own, will sit above the book page. Okay, I'm actually going to take a slither off there, I think, because I want the book page to show. All right, so that will sit there. So, and then this is a bit of decoration for the top, and I've got two very quick pieces to fit into the pocket. So first off, I'm going to go off to the side and cut this piece, and doesn't particularly like being cut with a craft knife. Done. That wasn't too bad actually. All right, so that piece is going to get glued to the book page. So I've got the fan right next to me here. I'm sorry about that. It will be a little bit noisy and it's definitely a bit breezy, but believe me, it's so hot here at the moment. It's unbelievable. I was at the hairdresser's this morning. I'd made an appointment for Friday and she phoned me up and said, I've got a cancellation and I know you're desperate. I said, I am desperate. It's either that or I'm going to just walk in somewhere and say, cut my hair short. I can't cope. I can't cope with it all around my neck. It's been pinned up for days. Oh dear, trials and tribulations. There we go, that's done. And then this piece needs to be attached on three sides, so glued on three sides. And attached to the green strip of paper. And I'm thinking that I'm not sure whether to sew these before adding them to the page. I'm not sure. I might have a look at how it looks. Okay, so that's three sides. We go right up to the edge. There we go. Now I thought I would ink along those torn edges. And I thought I'd use antique linen. I need my brush. So I didn't want them particularly dark, but they needed something. And this one I should have done before I put it on, shouldn't I? Like I say, it doesn't need a lot. There we go. And I thought our dragonfly would sit about there. It's just, I wanted this page to tie in with the previous page, which is sort of greens and purples. Let's add this. And again, I'm going to use art glitter glue. And I haven't gone right to the edges. I've just sort of covered the body of the, oops, the body of the dragonfly. There we go. So I like that you can see the book page through. That's one of the nice things about using the wax. You can see through to the underside, so whatever you attach that to, or whatever you lay it over, you get to see the detail. So now, to sew or not to sew? Yeah, I think I will. I will sew that, but before I do, let's get on and put these other pieces together. I have this piece that is some of my, I think it's actually a clean off piece of paper, and it's a watercolour paper that I've used, cleaned the brayer off with, and then I just drew this leaf on there, this branch. So I'm going to pop that in there, and I'm not going to do anything else. There's room on the back to journal. We might just go around the edges. And it doesn't have to be too much. That will do. I did think about going around this with a black pen, but to be honest, I think that's fine as it is. Now for the larger pocket at the back, I have this piece. Now this is obviously is a die cut, and I've written on the bottom of that, one day at a time, which, you know, considering this is a daily challenge, I think, you know, that's fair enough. And I know I've had some comments saying, oh, I'm falling behind, I'm not sure what to do for these quotes, for these prompts. And I get it, I do get it, but don't stress over it. That's all I can say. Don't stress it. Do what you want to do. It doesn't have to. I think the idea is that the girls add those prompts just really to help you. Yeah, I think that's okay. Help you with an idea. Whether you use it or not, it's up to you. But the point is to do something on a daily basis. And it might be that you only do 5 or 10 minutes. I mean, some of my pieces have been very quick. And, you know, that's fair enough. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be, you know, a full-on project that's going to take 2 days to complete. No. This is supposed to be fun. And I tend to go with the first thing I think of. I mean, a couple of times I've looked at the definition for words in the dictionary. Okay, this is some more of my mark making paper, and that's going up there. These are offcuts from the previous day's page, if you notice. It's this one and this one. They're the little 1/4 inch offcuts, and I thought we might use those here. And this is an image from my altered book. The altered book that I'm working in, this image is from there, and I've just fussy cut it to go on this piece. So that's what I'm thinking, something like that with this over the top. So let's flaff, let's just do it. And these pieces in the main are just odd bits, you know, odd pieces that I had floating around. And it doesn't take much to decorate. You know, this was a die cut that's been sitting in my drawer for a while. And I thought, well, we'll use it for this. This can be like a little journal card. I'm leaving the other side clear for writing. Oops. Straight would be good, Mrs. Walsh. And that isn't. It's marginally better. Okay. And then this piece I want here. And that just leaves the image, and the image is going to go probably about there. So you can move it over slightly. Yeah. I prefer it there. All right. Let's get some glue on the back. Tissue. Yeah, I cut this image out and just used my colouring pencils. These are the Kohinoor pencils, just to do a quick colouring in job on this. And that's it. Simples. Let's have a look. Excuse me. Let's have a look at some of these. It's this way around. Too big. I've got glue on my fingers, so this is going to be interesting. No, that's not it. It's that little purple one. There. These are the sort of things you should get out before you start playing around with glue. Because once you've got glue on your fingers, it's deadly. Oh dear. Right, pop those in. So let's have a look. How can we do this? Just thought it'd be nice to add a line under here. I'm going to have to get the tweezers out, I think. There we are. My goodness, that took some doing. Let's pop all these back in. And I will go and stitch the top piece. Okay, so now let's attach this pocket to the page. I'll put that away. I think we'll use this one. Here we go. I'm probably off screen there, sorry. Let's move in a bit. There we go. So this one needs to go here. I'll make sure yeah, that's fine. And what did I do with torn edges? Here we go. This is the prompt. A little bit of ink. And I think this one might go down here. So in the pockets, we've got this one in the front pocket. And then this one, hopefully they're dry. And as you can see, the back's clear to write on, and that will slip in to the back pocket. Actually, I need to let that dry properly. It's in, but let's make sure that's all stuck down. Okay, prompt. That just sits right down there. Torn edges. Okay. Right. Just tidy these bits up. Okay, prompt number 12, done. Let's tick that one off. The next prompt is garden. All right, well I hope you like that one. It's another quite simple project. 2 little journaling cards. Yeah, definitely need to let that pocket dry off a bit, I think. And I need to photograph these. So 2 journal cards and some torn pockets. All right, this torn paper here, this was torn. I think I've covered it really. Okay, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're nice and cool, not too cool where you are, and I hope you can join me for prompt number 13. Until then, take care. Bye now. Hi, it's Sue. Welcome back to my channel today. I'm working on Junk Journal January, and today's prompt, is garden. Okay, and I've already shown for this prompt, I have a little colour swatch here, and I've filled that to match this image. This will be my main image. It's actually a watercolour of some flowers, but what I've done is I have put together from just scraps of paper like this, a window. And not my idea. I will link where I saw this. I thought it was fabulous. I do have a die cut that is a window, but it's more of an arched window. And I thought this for a junk journal was a lot nicer. It's a bit more scrappy, and I like that. And what I've done is I've sponged around the edge a little bit with antique linen, just to add a bit of something. And my picture I attached to a piece of tea-dyed paper so that I could glue this over the top. Okay, so with that, let's get the art glitter glue and glue down my window frame. Make sure that I've got plenty of glue around here. That should be good. How are you today? I hope you're well. If you're in Australia, I'm sure you're struggling through the heat wave. If you're on the East Coast, oh my goodness. We mustn't complain though, mustn't. Not complaining really, honestly. Okay, I want this to look really, like that. I like that. I think that's really good. And I mean, you could add more. You could add a piece of perspex or something in there. But this is good enough for me, and that will sit on my page here. I'm going to open this up a bit because my colour swatch needs to go down here. So let's get some glue onto the back of this piece. Ready to go. There we are. And you can see I've done the work this piece on a bit of old book page. I think I'd already tea-dyed that book page. And now I've added the colour swatch using watercolour paints. Okay. So the next thing to go down is this piece. And I think I'm going to put it up quite high. And I know it covers some of that colour, but I just want it clear. Or maybe I can go right to the edge there. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to go right to the edge of this piece. And if I put it there, it will cover up here. And I wrote a quote on a bit of paper, but I'm not sure whether you can actually read that. Let's have a look. I don't know whether to add that there, or just write it down here. But the quote says, to plant a garden is to believe in tomorrow. I think I'll put it down. Why not? That should be good. Now, my prompt that I put down here somewhere, here it is. I didn't take it out. Garden. Whoops. My prompts are all coming off the paper clip. It's better. Okay, so garden, I want it to go at the top of that page. That's where there's a space. So we might just take a fraction off there. Yeah, that looks good. Bit of ink. And that will sit up there. Okay, we'll put that in first, right at the very top of the page. Okay, this one's next. I think I'll stick with the art glitter glue if it wants to play. That should do it. Right to the edge. Pinch it up. There we go. Still not sure about this. Why not? Rather than waste it, let's do it. Have we got... Of course, I've got glue all over my fingers now, so this is fun. Hang on. That way. Right, so that is my page. I do need to make this a bit, it's better. When I glued these strips down, and there's about 3 or 4 layers there, I just glued into the corners so that you can sort of manipulate it a little bit. Okay, so there you go. Number 13, garden. Hope you like that one. It's another reasonably simple one. And I'll be back with number 14, which is pattern. Okay, until then, have a lovely weekend and I will see you soon. Thanks so much. Bye.